And confession time. As I was recording this, not long after I died, as you may have known, my computer, without notifying any time before this, decided to just restart on me. There isn't really any footage, commentary, or missing out on, but I still have to resort to post-commentary, which is probably for the best. It certainly will be used for the final part, as I will be treasure hunting. It was still obnoxious though. Computers, as awesome as they are, and just as much so, how fast it keeps improving when it comes to internet speed, or what apps you can put on it. But damn, they can be annoying at times. They can really piss you off to no end. Yep. Obviously, I'm still facing Mirko. If you go through these bosses the first time, you're very likely going to fail. It will certainly require multiple tries before the bosses aren't too challenging. Still a pretty awesome boss. One thing that is kind of rubbish about this boss, though, is that it will not execute its attacks on you unless you are close enough, which, yes, I get that, because its attacks cannot reach you on the screen. It's kind of a necessary evil, but it really makes me nervous having to get anywhere near that thing when it's not vulnerable. Just pull on the neck 3 times. Hopefully Mirko's attacks won't reach you either. In its face. Unless you are brave enough to get close enough to the top of the screen. That dragon thing will just end up flying to the background, foreground. Now we're getting a Panzer Dragoon vibe, or at the very least I am. One of the developers back then was a fan of Panzer Dragoon and was like, let's implement an element to this game somehow. Assuming Panzer Dragoon came out before this, which it probably did. All you need to do, which is certainly more tricky than it sounds because it's not like trying to grab missiles 2D this time. From the background, you have to grab them in an unusual way. It's kind of tricky, but you only have to grab onto one of these missiles. Kind of hesitated there because kind of assumed it would be cussing from here on. Nope. Just have to press B one last time. Cannot but wonder if, like, you hold on to that long enough, like, if it'll just keep looping, or Mirko will just say, screw it, I'm coming after you, babe. If I'm going down, you're gonna die with me, or something. Kidnapped, of course. That is Theo's life in a nutshell. Constantly getting kidnapped. But can you imagine having to go through that boss and multiple others that you'd have to defeat him without taking a single hit? That is insane. It truly makes me wonder what the developers were thinking. What made them think it was a good idea. I mean, it's not like this game was like consistently brutal before. This game has been pretty fair. It's never been too difficult. But to see the entire end, you have to defeat the toughest bosses in the game without taking it at all. That is a friggin' tall order. Yeah, I managed to do it. I managed to accomplish just that. But it took me double tries. It took me for friggin' ever. Felt like torture, to be honest. But, yep, you will be seeing the end in its entirety. It took me 10 hours from the first file, Segaga. It took me just over half that time in order to get the same amount of gold gems in this file. Go figure. Even with the practicing. Guess, are they tuning a new leaf? Or are they just no longer following it? Or just say, that means they could potentially turn a new leaf. They could potentially be on my side. Those bosses are complex enough, but they are pretty likely. The baddies in this game are pretty well developed. Gotta appreciate it. So with this, which is kinda dull, it's an intimidating background, and the music isn't bad. But the gameplay here is kinda boring. All you have to do is shake the words in bubbles and just throw it back at it. Of course, Marina block its beam attacks multiple times. It doesn't really change anything. It doesn't really have any new tricks up its sleeves. It's just pretty much this battle over and over again. Not this time you're not required to never take a hit in order to defeat this easy, underwhelming boss. Oh no, that time it would actually be fair. No, this time you gotta find a certain word called dire, by the way. Check it. It'll read lucky. Throw it at it, and that's how you get the gold gem. But I'll be showing for it anyway. From the times I've tried it, that word seems to show up like 45 seconds after the battle starts. I don't see dire showing up again, but that's just me. That's not effed up. Boy, am I glad to see you, Marina. That was a poor choice of words. Protecting her. Quite a bit of reused dialogue. Even if it doesn't make sense. Gasp. He thinks of her as a dot. How touching that Theo thinks of Maria as a... Goodbye. Touching. Oh, but not really. He was Deceiving bastard. Oh, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Though she was the one that just threw you. Help me, person that just threw me to orbit. Final battle. Surely it'll make up for that disappointment of last battle Marina had to go through. Now who cares about justice? Oh, these guys are still my enemies. Now you're being pretentious. But somehow likable. Time to transform. You see that this is as Japanese as the game will get. Getting a vibe from so many mech media related Japanese shows. Transformers, Voltron, Gurren Lagann, just to name a few. So yeah, pretty awesome. This is a pretty awesome battle. Is it actually a challenge this time? It is for your first few times. After that, this battle is actually kind of easy. Still a pretty cool battle though. So just grab the foot and throw him into the background. Just press up and B to do so. When it does that jump kick move, it's an indicator that try to grab onto it. I have always used so, though, because it happens so quickly, you get very little time to react to it. So I can't say I recommend it. Just when it tries to stomp on you, when you should grab it. If they fire at you, they should say, instead of P, you'll end up paralyzed and, more likely than not, end up taking multiple hits afterwards. Yeah, this boss can take a hefty amount of damage if you're not incredibly cautious. Just grab the foot, throw, as it tries to push its weight on you. Gotta say something. Now you gotta throw it back at them. I recommend moving to one edge of the screen or another, and once the not Gurren Lagann machine makes it to the edge of the screen you'd like, then fire at it. I originally tried to aim for the center, but usually it's too quick. Usually it ends up to one side of the screen or another, and that frustrated me a lot. So for this V move, you have to have them directly behind you. Otherwise, they'll just stay in the background, preventing you from making any progress. You go, Marina. I took quite a while the first few times. And yet after I came back, after I've calmed down, I ended up defeating this boss without taking a single hit. Go figure. Go friggin' figure. With the final boss, I end up receiving a gold gem. For the first time, I defeated them. And that's the end of it. I was so amazed at myself, I must say.
Boy, am I glad to see you, Marina.
Blah blah blah, this stuff again. So that is all levels, folks. Stay tuned as I go treasure hunting, then we'll watch the complete ending.